Alright, battlers, welcome back to a brand new video. This is my Cliffhanger Cup sweep in my Season 1 Cerulean Go Stadium lobby. I will leave the link to Go Stadium's Discord down in the description below. Guys, if you have not joined a Go Stadium remote lobby, I highly encourage you to do it. The team I chose for my Cliffhanger Cup was Golbat with Wing Attack, Poison Fang, and Shadow Ball. I do have Lantern with Water Gun, Thunderbolt, and Hydro Pump. On the right side there is Wigglytuff. I'm running Charm, Play Rough, and Ice Beam. And if we move down, we have Venusaur with Vine Whip, Sludge Bomb, and Frenzy Plant. In the middle there is Defense Deoxys with Counter, Thunderbolt, and Psycho Boost. And then on the left side is Trash Wormadam. Trash Wormadam was my favorite pick in the Cliffhanger Cup because it has such flexibility and is very overlooked. It is running Bug Bite, Bug Buzz, and Iron Head. What a lot of trainers don't know is that the Bug type is super effective against Psychics and Darks. So I'm able to wall both of those. Things like Hypno and Umbreon are in bad shape against the Trash Wormadam. And the Iron Head gives it excellent fairy coverage as well. Because those Iron Heads can one-shot most fairy types. Going into round 1, I'm going to lead with my Wigglytuff. I do have Golbat and Venusaur in the back. My opponent AdbenJ95 is going to open with his Golbat. It does have the Purified Aura, so I think this is a return Golbat. In my mind, I said there's no way that he has Return and Poison Fang. And it looks like he does. So he does hit me with the Poison Fang. Recognizing that my Fairy type Wigglytuff is weak to that, I do bail out and go into the mirror match. I go straight for the Shadow Ball, hoping he would think it was a bait, and he does not shield it. So the Golbat goes down. He decides to bring in his Medicham, and this lets me know that he doesn't have a great answer for something like Golbat. He is going to fire off the Power Up Punch here to get those counters ramped up, and I figured that an Ice Punch is coming next. I do go for a Shadow Ball here to draw the shield. I know I'll take down the Medicham if he doesn't. I do get the shield, and then he fires off an attack. I'm going to allow this one through, knowing that I have my Charm Wigglytuff still in the back. And I'm going to save my shields for later. So Wigglytuff comes in and erases that Medicham. In comes Lantern. He's able to swap it out right before I get rid of it. But I go here for the Ice Beam against Lantern. And I'm going to let Wigglytuff fall here. I have a Venusaur with 2 shields, and I'm very comfortable definitely going up against Lantern and a very, very weak Medicham. He's going to go straight for the Hydro Pump there. I'm going to use a few more Vine Whips to get as much energy as I can because I know that that Water Gun is going to charge very slowly. In comes Medicham, and this might be a little bit of overkill, but I just wanted to be sure I locked in this win. I do fire off the Frenzy Plant to win Game 1. For Game 2 against AdbenJ, I'm going to lead with that Golbat. I do have Wigglytuff and Venusaur in the back, so the same lineup. I'm going to see how he responds. We actually lead into that Purified Golbat yet again. I'm comfortable with this mirror match because I don't think that he has the Shadow Ball. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to Purify a Golbat and then not keep Return. I mean, unless he was really faking you out, that would be interesting. And he is. He does fire off the Shadow Ball here, so super good fake by AdbenJ. Really next level strat there. Very interesting. He does go for the Poison Fang here, and these Golbats are pretty close. I'm going to go for my Shadow Ball here. And he does double shield his Golbat, so he really, really badly wants to win this mirror, and I'm not going to let him. I do shield that attack here. I'm going straight for the Shadow Ball. I know this will KO if it lands, and the shields are down. So the Shadow Ball flies, Golbat goes down, and then he decides to bring in his Lantern. So I'm just going to go for a little bit of chip damage here against the Lantern, firing off the Poison Fang, and I'm going to allow him to farm me up so that I don't lose switch priority. I do bring in that Venusaur, and he has to be very unhappy about this. He does fire off the Thunderbolt, not very effective. In comes the Frenzy Plant from my Venusaur. And this is going to do excellent damage. Lantern falls, out comes Medicham, and I know I can put a lot of pressure on him with another Frenzy Plant, and I have my Wigglytuff in the back, so I decide to bring out Wiggles. Wiggles is going to take this attack, no problem. Wiggles is so dense, and then fire off a couple of charms to win the game. For round 2 of the Cliffhanger Cup, I bring Defense Deoxys, Lantern, and Venusaur. We are facing off against Prince Romeo. Prince Romeo had an all-shiny team. Guys, if you remember, the Cliffhanger Cup did not count towards Sylph rankings. It was strictly a Go Stadium Lobby Cup, so he was having fun with it. He brought all shinies. Here comes Shiny Kingdra versus Defense Deoxys. I'm going to shield this attack, knowing that it would hit really hard if I didn't. Using a few more counters here, and I'm actually going to farm up because I know the Dragon Breaths charge very slowly, although their damage is great. He is going to double shield Kingdra, but I'm able to get to a third Psycho boost here. I do bring down the Kingdra, and await whatever comes out next. It is Wailord, guys. This is so much fun. Wailord comes in. I try to push for that Thunderbolt, but we don't quite make it. I do go for the Psycho Boost, and you can see how dense Wailord is. Its attack stat is very low, but its bulk and stamina are enormous, as is the Pokemon itself. He does fire off the Surf against Lantern. I'm going to keep on using these water guns, but another charge move is on the way. It is Surf yet again, and this Wailord is surprisingly chipping down my Lantern. I do try to overfarm here. He's going to fire off a third Surf, and I'm in the red, trying to farm down the Lantern, or the Wailord, and we finally do. Out comes Marsh Stomp, and I go straight for the Thunderbolt. I know I have this game because in comes the Venusaur. Guys, again, all these purple Pokemon are so much fun, and this was a pretty entertaining match. I do fire off another Frenzy Plant here. I think I got distracted and I missed a little bit, but that's all that we need. Going into game 2, I will lead with Venusaur. I do have Defense Deoxys and Lantern, so we are switching the flow here, Evane style, but I feel like this team of 3 is what I need to win. In comes Amistar, guys. Amistar is a rock and water type, and he doesn't switch in or switch out. He's not taking this very seriously, but it's all in good fun. He does fire off the Ancient Power, which does a surprising amount of work to Venusaur. I do have a ton of energy, though, so I go here against the Wailord, and I don't know, I think I was distracted there as well. I think this was actually during our Tampa meetup in Al Lopez Park. This was a lot of fun. Our meetup video actually was posted by another local Tampa Bay YouTuber. I will leave his link in the description below. His name is Nimo, and he actually created a very cool video. We introduced a system called Gym Leaders, and essentially the Gym Leaders used one specific type of Pokemon, and they took on various battlers and gave out badges if you won. It really kind of engaged the community in a way that wasn't very direct. You know, you get to do these battles and you get to have a lot of fun, but there's not a lot of pressure. It's not like if you lose at a tournament and you feel like maybe you shouldn't come back to another one. It was all good fun, and I think it did do a lot to build our community. So I will leave that video link in the description below. And yeah, back into the game. We are going up against Marsh Stomp. I do have my Thunderbolt ready for the Wailord this time, and this one Thunderbolt will KO the Wailord, and we win that game. Going to round 3 of Cliffhanger, I will start with my Golbat. I do have Venusaur and Defense Deoxys. Demonnsware is a fierce competitor. He does open with Alolan Muck. This guy has been a serious threat through my entire Go Stadium Cerulean lobby. Very hard to deal with, so this match is quite the opposite of the last match. I'm taking this very, very seriously. I do fire off the Shadow Ball here against him, and he does not shield, but he did land the Acid Spray, so my Golbat is weakened. I'm going to go here for the Poison Jab, attempting to force the shield out of him, and we get the shield, which is great for us. He's going to fire off an attack here, and I do shield expecting the Dark Pulse, and it was. Golbat is still standing. We're able to wing attack down the Alolan Muck, and the gamble did not pay off for him. In comes the Fortress, and Fortress is a very tough Pokemon to deal with in the Cliffhanger Cup. I definitely recommend you don't overlook that one because a lot of trainers will bring it. I do fire off a second Shadow Ball here, and Golbat is on a roll. In comes the Tropius, and I understand why he wanted that Golbat out of the way, because Tropius would be weak to it. I bring in Venusaur, and this is a Razor Leaf Tropius. I switch into my Defense Deoxys. After I got some energy together, I figured it was a smart move to bring in my Defense Deoxys to try to burn a shield, because I know all I need to do is land one Sludge Bomb. I actually make a huge mistake, and I overfarm, and Deoxys falls. In comes Venusaur, and I know I have to go for the bait in order to draw the shield, and that's what I do here. I do get the shield, so all I need is a Sludge Bomb, and I'm pushing hard for it, and we get there, guys. We're going to land the Sludge Bomb against the Tropius, bringing it down and winning round 1. For round 2, I will lead Lantern. I do have Golbat and Venusaur in the back. Demonnsware is going to decide to lead with his Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck against Lantern, I don't know. This is a very interesting matchup. As you can tell, the water guns are really chipping down, but Poison Jab is doing work too. I'm expecting the Acid Spray here like last time, so I do not shield, and I'm pushing straight for the Hydro Pump, hoping that he wouldn't shield either. He does shield though, so we do earn that first shield from Muck, and I guess I just stay in here. I open my switch tray and I don't have a better option. Another Acid Spray, so I'm really glad I didn't burn a shield there. I still have 2 shields in the bank, and I think I can farm down the Muck, and we almost do it, but expecting the Dark Pulse, I do shield. It's just the Acid Spray though, so he did get me on the bait. He set up his Muck very well to weaken my Pokemon. I do switch into Venusaur, a lot of fast switching going on here. I do fire off the Frenzy Plant here. At this point against Fortress, it's kind of like Skarmory. You just go for as many Frenzy Plants as you possibly can, because otherwise this Fortress will farm you down. That's 2, and Fortress is in the yellow, but so am I. I get to a 3rd one, and this is why I love Venusaur and PvP, especially with a Community Day move, Frenzy Plant. It's just so OP. He is going to go for the Heavy Slam here to bring down Venusaur, and I bring in Golbat. He's got another move ready, and I actually allow this one through, which was a huge mistake by me, not recognizing that Golbat would take so much damage from it. I go for the Shield Bait here against Blastoise, and we get it, and I almost get to the Shadow Ball, but we lose game 2. Game 3, I will lead with the Golbat. I have Trash Wormadam and Venusaur in the back. This is for the win, guys. Let's see how we do. I do lead into that Alolan Muck yet again. Demonnsware really enjoys setting up his other Pokemon with the Alolan Muck because the Acid Spray is such a good asset to have on your team. Expecting he would switch it up and go for the Dark Pulse, I shield and I make a big mistake. I go here for the Shadow Ball against Alolan Muck and he does not shield, so we are bringing it pretty low. We encounter some lag there, but it's mutual. I switch into Trash Wormadam, and we're going to absorb this attack, whatever it is. It is Acid Spray, not a huge deal. Look at that. Trash Wormadam is so bulky, and that Muck is part dark, so the Bug Bites do well against it. I'm waiting for whatever he brings in, and it is Fortress. So Fortress versus Trash Wormadam. This is the battle of the bugs. We are going to go for these Iron Heads. I know that an Earthquake will end it for us, so I'm trying to push for as much damage as I can. He is going to go for the Earthquake, which is the right move, and he does have 2 shields still, so I need to put a lot of pressure on this Fortress. I'm actually going to go for the Poison Fang, hoping he would think it was a Shadow Ball, and he does shield, which is great for us. I'm going to go here from the Shadow Ball for real this time. I think I can bring down the Fortress, and we do. In comes that Tropius, and this is good for me. I do have my Venusaur in the back and that Sludge Bomb asset. I'm going to fire off the Poison Fang, and we draw that shield, guys, and it is clear for us. Clear skies. We are going to fire off as many Vine Whips as we need and then go for the Sludge Bomb. We're going to shield the Aerial Ace, of course, just to lock down this match. But here comes our big Sludge Bomb, and we're going to win Game 3 against Demonnsware. In round 4, I'm facing off against my primary rival in Cerulean. This is Gilmore. I do lead with my Wigglytuff with Trash Wormadam behind it, as well as Venusaur. Round 1 against Gilmore, I do lead into that Altaria, which is excellent for us. He bails out immediately, recognizing that matchup, and look at this. We trap him against the Trash Wormadam. Trash Wormadam is so bulky, guys. I definitely recommend you check it out. Look at that Sludge Bomb. He doesn't know what to do against this thing because Frenzy Plant is actually the right move, but he tried to get a little more chip damage in. Look at this. We're just going to farm down this Venusaur, no problem at all. I do have a lot of energy for another move, so whatever comes in is getting an attack, and it is the Altaria. I go straight for the Iron Head. So this actually is shielded, which is great. We're going to go for a second Iron Head, guys. We farmed up so much energy from Venusaur, and that one lands, doing some good chip damage against Altaria. He is able to farm us up a little bit, and then I bring in Wiggles. I'm going to shield my Wiggles here. It is a little bit squishy against something like Altaria, and I want to make sure that I remove this threat, and we do with the Charms. In comes Umbreon, and this is great. I know I'm going to give Wiggles my second shield because this Umbreon will not stand a chance. I do decide to shield here against a foul play, and then go for a few more Charms. So we win Game 1 against Gilmore. For Game 2, I will lead with Trash Wormadam, Wiggles in the back, and Venusaur behind it. We are going to lead right into that Venusaur, so I read Gilmore like a book in this one. He is going to swap out into Altaria, and I've got a great answer in Wiggles. Wiggles' Charm is going to be super effective against Altaria here because he is a Dragon type. So we are going to shield the Sky Attack and then just charm him down. I've got a ton of energy trying to push for an Ice Beam against this Venusaur, and we get there. So we know that the Frenzy Plant won't bring us down, but the Sludge Bomb will. I do earn that first shield from Venusaur, and I decide not to shield Wiggles. I'm in a very comfortable position, knowing that I have my Trash Wormadam still, so we are lining these Pokemon up just like we want to. He is going to bail out into Togekiss, so I do fire off the Iron Head. Like I said in the intro, the Iron Head is great against Fairy types. He is going to have to shield that. And we are going to continue to stay in here. He's going to whittle us down a little bit. And I realize that Trash Wormadam is my greatest asset in this game. So I do go for another Iron Head after I farm up a little bit more. We were really cutting it close there, but I wanted as much energy as I could. Down goes Togekiss, and here comes a Bug Buzz. This is going to be very effective against Venusaur, and it actually will KO, and we sweep our Cliffhanger Cup. Battlers, I highly encourage you to join Go Stadium. Cliffhanger was a lot of fun, and I think they're going to revamp it and bring it back. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.